Hey everybody, it's Chris and Tony back for another TigerSox review for the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet. That happens sometimes. He has to keep that under control.
Yes, I've seen doctors and specialists for my out of control waving.
And we apologize, or I apologize for not coming through with a review last week. That was entirely my fault, as I stated. Life got in the way, but
we were preempted last week.
We were, but season 2 is still in full effect.
Yes,
and
December is here.
And Tony said, we weren't really sure what to do for a TigerSox beer. It wasn't as though anything in specific had come through, but Tony did find a Dude's beer, which, quite honestly, here in Las Vegas can be difficult to find, this brewery. Despite the fact that they're brewed in Los Angeles County, we have some... Sorry. I'll put it this way. There's usually, like, a Dude's at the store, but never more than just that one. Like, they'll have one Dude's brew, and that'll be it.
I'm really unfamiliar with them. I mean...
and we have had them at Tenaya Creek, and I'm going to mention once again here on the TigerSox series that Tony and I are going to be putting together a Facebook page coming very, very soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully, let's shoot for, let's be realistic. Let's shoot for Valentine's Day.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it'd be that far off. Today's December 4th. This is the day we're filming.
Exactly. We've got, we've got the holidays coming up, and
so it always gets in the way. It's only going to get busier the next few weeks. I mean, I know I am. So.
I'm committing to at least Valentine's Day. We'll have it done.
We can
probably before then, but yeah, I figure that way because life does get in the way sometimes.
And it's a fan page about Tenaya Creek.
And it is a fan page for fans of Tenaya Creek. You don't have to live in Vegas if you've been to Tenaya Creek once and dug it. If you went to the old Tenaya Creek and you liked that, and you're somebody who misses the old place, it's a page for you, and it's just going to be called Creek Geeks.
The Creek Geeks.
And the Creek Geeks. You're absolutely right, because we do need the in there for our Twitter, for our hashtag.
Right.
But the Creek Geeks will be in effect, and it'll just be if you got a great story about the creek. You went there one time, you met somebody cool.
Questions
had a great
about the beer,
exactly.
Maybe
and in particular, we want people to share their photos that they take at the creek as well. So stories and photos and whatnot. Yeah. But getting back to this beer, this is the Dudes. They are out of Los Angeles County.
Los Angeles County, yes.
Just spitting distance from here. This is the Pecan English Style Brown Ale.
That it is. Yep. Grandma knows best, according to the can.
All right. Well, I always found that to be true.
Don't give Grandma any grief. People.
But apparently, Grandma's not relinquishing when she brewed this or when the best by date is. That's not on there. Although this time we do have an ABV, and that is 6.2.
Yes.
So Tony found this pint can and picked it up and said, "This is."
And we don't really drink any English style browns. That's not a style.
It's true.
We ever.
Well, honestly, it's not even. It doesn't even show up on shelves that often. Really.
Right.
I mean, you'll see like a red ale. I see red ales a lot more frequently than I see brown ales. That's for sure. Whether it's English or even American style. So, Tony's gonna crack into it, and we're going to
very nutty.
Check the aroma.
Almost like a little caramel coming right off at
Wow, I do smell those pecans. They weren't kidding about.
It's nutty, all right. It's nutty like us. Yeah, it smells great. It smells like almost like a fresh baked loaf of bread with some, I don't want to say a banana bread, but some kind of ingredient, some kind of variation of bread that would include finely diced nuts or something like that. Yeah. And I'm getting caramel. It smells good. Let's pour this bad boy. Nothing special about our glassware today. Just a boring old New Belgium.
The one that Tony provided me is pretty cool. The property of the Bates Motel.
Chris probably wants me to pour. I'm just going off on a limb.
Exactly. Yep. That's you are correct about that. And Tony's probably actually riding a high right now because Detroit just smashed the Saints.
The Lions just beat them by 15, and I'm on top of the world
right now. Feeling proud.
They played a good game.
All right, already I see high carbonation. We've got lots and lots of bubbles coming through here.
Get that pretty equally poured. Very red.
Yeah, you did.
Very
this is.
It's got a ruby red kind of thing going on.
This
with the
is
sunlight.
like more the color of tea than.
Like an outdoor tea, sun tea.
And I have to admit, I don't know whether an English brown should be closer to a dark brown or whether this is more the color it should be. It does seem a little light in color for a brown, but
it does. I'm getting more of a red.
But as I said, you know, if somebody wants to write me and say, "Hey, guess what? English browns are supposed to be the color of tea," then
yeah, like we said, we don't drink the style very often, so we have something. Well, plus the dudes might make it that way.
I get almost nothing but pecans. That's really
it smells good. There's not much head on this bad boy. But
no, but it isn't going anywhere either.
Yeah,
so what head there is, it's very persistent. It's not dissipating really once it gets down to.
He has a little bit more of a cream.
Of course, I also do a lot of swirling with mine too. So that
kind of looks like meringue. It has like a little bit of a meringue to it. But it smells great, and I'm ready to jump.
Shall we dig in?
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers. And cheers to you people. That's very flavorful, very good.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I get more pecan in the aftertaste than I do the taste. Actually,
and there's a certain sweetness to it too, without it being.
And this has got to be, I'd
like
say
an
at
artificial
least.
Sweetener.
I was going to say medium high, but I'd even go high low mouthfeel. Very spiky. Of course, that's probably because of such high carbonation. I mean, we still got very strong carbonation going.
Yeah. We've got a myriad of bubbles going on here. I love the color. I'm digging the color.
Yeah.
It's very transfixing. This is a tasty beer, guys.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I'll put it this way. This, if you weren't a brown ale person, this would probably switch over to... hell, I'll go ahead and say
win you over.
I think I found my English brown ale.
Hey, there you go.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, got to start somewhere. And this, you know, like we don't have a whole history of drinking these things. On the back of the can, real quick, it says, better than a $1 check on your birthday.
All right. From Grandma, yeah.
Well, it looks like Grandma's gone nuts. This English-style brown ale hits you upside the head with a nose chock full of toasted pecans, right?
Oh, yeah.
Followed by a rich, full-bodied finish, just like Grandma's pecan pie. This baby will have you coming back for more. So what are you waiting for? Pop the top and give old Grandma a kiss. Very, like, I think it's the sweetness from the caramel I'm getting. Maybe like a hint of brown sugar, maybe a little bit in there.
And for those of you Scotch drinkers, this has the Scotch burn. That's exactly what I'm getting. There
it is.
That one that shows up high up in your nasal cavity, but nowhere else.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting off of this.
I'm really impressed with this beer because, well, first of all, it's from a can, and you know, Chris loves this can beers a little more than I do. I prefer bottles. Duh. Notice the lack of cans back there. But I would give probably a 4 on Beer Advocate to this. I mean, not Beer Advocate, Untapped. I'm sorry. Untapped.
Yeah, I might even
blooper reel.
I'd say if I knew the style better, I might even give it like a 4.25, 4.5. I feel like I didn't do my homework. And the next time I drink this, I will have done a better job of learning about English ale. Because if this is true to form with its color and everything else, then it deserves, I think, like at least a 4.25, maybe a 4.5.
That's true.
But for flavor and just liking this beer, I'm giving it a 4 on Untapped. And
and I'm not even a fan of pecan pie, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I like pie.
Yeah,
I like some kind of pie, but I'm not a fan of pecan pie, and I don't really sit around with, you know, watching a football game, you know, snacking on pecans either. So for me to compliment this beer, I think is kind of a big deal because I just don't like pecans that much. But this is really roasty, full,
very roasty,
bold, rich. I mean, I think it's gonna impress anybody that wants to try a little variation of a brown ale.
And it's not
I think you'll take a sip and go.
If you don't, then you'll go.
You'll go.
You ugly, you're ugly, and your mother ugly, and your sister ugly. You just plain old ugly.
That's when you really don't like a beer.
That's when you really don't like a beer, yeah.
You ugly. You're talking to the beer. You talking to the beer. And the beer talks back, and then you go to a rubber rim.
Yeah, but I commend the dudes for making an English ale.
Great job,
an
guys.
English brown out of Los Angeles County, and I look forward to drinking more beers from the dudes. I can't remember what it was previously I've had from them. It was one of the beers on tap at Tenea, but
I don't remember.
I'll be drinking more of this beer and more beers from this brewery.
This was actually given to me while I was at Tenea. Chris wasn't with me that day. While I was at Tenea Creek, I befriended a British guy. I can't remember his name now, but just in passing, you know, two people sitting next to each other drinking a beer. And making small talk, and he had taken a trip and had come back to Vegas to get his last night of his hotel or whatever, and he had 2 of these cans, and he was nice enough to say, well, I really enjoy chatting with you. I really like, here, take one of my cans. And I'm like, I was trying to be polite and say, well, I don't want you to, you're going back to the UK. You've got a reason to hoard these things.
Right,
you're
exactly,
not going to get a chance to try or even share with your friends back home. But he insisted, and whoever you are, British man, thank you. That's how I got this can. But that shows you the cool stories you can encounter at the creek. You meet really cool people.
That's the kind of stories we're looking
for beer,
on Creek Geeks.
Chris in Indiana
exactly
is a good example of that.
Yeah, he's had Tenaya Creek beers despite never having been to the creek. So, yeah.
Good job. Yeah. The dudes, if any of you that works there
digging this beer
catches this video, we commend you. And we recommend it to all you viewing.
And I hope to find more Dudes beers here in Vegas. So until next time, guys.
And happy birthday to my sister Sue, really quick.
And happy birthday to Sister Sue.
Love you. Happy birthday. I won't say your age.
Happy birthday, Sue. Until next time, drink good beer. Don't break the bank doing it. Cheers.
And that's good advice. Later.